Alrighty, what's up, guys? Got a little something familiar to come back to. We're gonna talk to you about our Astra guide for a new map. Astra's my specialty. She's my main agent, so I'm gonna be showing you guys how to approach her on Icebox, which is not normally a map that you would play Astra on, but I still feel like it's important to talk in case you'd ever like to play her on here, because she's actually completely viable on this map. I just choose to usually play Omen because I like to take advantage of the verticality in a solo queue setting. But in more organized play and in competitive tournaments and stuff, I probably would rather play Astra than Omen, or even Brimstone for the post-play meta, depending on our team's composition. But we want to talk about Icebox. The icy frozen map. Let's talk about it. So, where are the common places that you're going to play as Astra if you want to play Icebox? Well, that's a funny thing to tell you is that she can play anywhere. It's Astra. She can play at any point of the map in any location. But one place that I've noticed is particularly strong is locking down A site, because A site seems to be the most particularly common place to attack on most versions of the game. Like when most people are running through, they're like, oh shit, yeah dude, we're gonna just like push in. Even at like high level pro things, they're just like haha yeehaw, smash through A, and that's it. But Astra, with that whole smoke suck just basic ability here, you're able to prevent a lot of people from doing a lot of stuff and just stopping that generalized overall push onto site, which is very powerful. Obviously, as well, you can drop your stars on these corners to create one-ways, so the enemy is deterred from pushing in from a lot of different spaces. You can get more aggressive. You can challenge and push up. Just the standard thing, you know, usual. You can run this on any smoking agent doing these one-ways. But Astra has the ability to do it all. But what are the things that makes Astra interesting is her ability to, even still after her nerfs, drop her smokes early to gain that early space. The barrier is going to be usually right here, and you can gain early pressure mid if you'd like to push up through your kitchen player by dropping that early smoke and contesting this early on. You can gain early pressure through tube, underneath tube, and push up, as well as when pushing this area as well. And a lot of common places that people are gonna hide while you're trying to, for example, take a site is behind here, because the common plant spot, you're gonna want to plant here, right? But that's bangable. That's dangerous. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. Well, if you're about to take that spot, you're clearing these angles, you've dropped your smokes down, you're trying to fight your way onto site, you can just drop this pull here, and it will more than likely pull them out from behind this box. And when they're pulled out from behind here, well, that clears out your close. It lets you get here, move up, and fight your way through and clear this area out to get your plant off. Where in a lot of common interactions on this map is they just kind of force their way onto here, put their head down and plant, and hope to God they get it. And a lot of the times they get spammed through this box by somebody either playing right here, and they just spam through, or they have a shotgun, and when they hear the plant, they come around the corner and just drop you. So this is an easy solve that you can use in a way for Astra's utility in order to clear things out, as well as her ability to have a vertical effect with her abilities. So if I drop a star here below, this star here below affects everything. I got vulnerable while up top here. Let's get up here. Let's double check to make sure. If I drop the star below, it's still going to pull me. So this clears the entire thing out. It's really powerful. See, it still pulls me in, and it still vulnerables me. So using Astra's star, her sucks and stuff, is just a fantastic way to clear very difficult and very nooks and crannies heavy sections of the site with bangable areas. Right? If you're gonna drop that suck, you know where your star is, right? You can see this, so when you hit the suck, you can just spray through at the star's location as long as you keep your crosshair there. So Astra is a great way to approach these areas. I mean, in commonplace, when you look at how you approach Icebox, Icebox isn't actually a place that is necessarily heavy reliant on smokes. The only actual place you're ever going to really smoke on either site when attacking is literally just going to be your snowman smoke, which, by the way, you want to make sure is closer over to the left here. If you have a gap here that's dangerous, if there's a gap here on this side of the smoke, it's actually not that big a deal, because any gap they get, they're just going to see this wall. So you want to make sure if you're smoking that you lean it a little bit heavier towards the danger wall to make sure there's no way for them to peek through, because there's no way they're going to be peeked through on here. And that's going to make accessing this area of the map a lot easier. And that's about really the only smoke you actually need. I mean, if you want, you can do the smokes like up here as well, which stops them from pushing out a kitchen. Or you could even, if you're planning on getting aggressive, dropping the smoke here. And this is better if you intend on pushing up and clearing the space out and posting players in aggressive post-plant positions. If you're playing those aggressive close angles, say for example you're down a man, then you want to push up. You want to get those smokes down. If I am down a man and I know they've rotated onto A and it's a 2v3 or a 1v3, I'm going to drop smokes like these, and then I'm going to move myself in deep, and I'm going to play to try to catch a player through here, to catch players pushing up through here. Maybe just chill and hold this angle here and let them rotate around, so when I hear them rotating around, I can catch them off guard here. It's all situational, but the only necessary smoke is going to be your snowman blocking smoke. And just like on A site, your only necessary actual smoke when you take this site, I mean, you can drop your smoke in heaven, but like realistically, this is the most important smoke here. Is this dropping off a smoke here? And this lets you gain control of 410 or Kingdom Box or Maze, whatever you want to call it. It's a very dangerous place with multiple levels of elevation, places to block and hide, 2 levels of elevation here to shoot from, to be shot from, and you have to clear out 2 horizontal angles because there's players that could be hiding behind this box, they could be hiding on this side here and behind that box. So as you're pressuring up, having a huge section of the map blotted out so you can pressure up and clear the half that you're going to be planting on, because this is the most common plant spot. It lets you take your time to work in like an S shape around the area and clear it off one section at a time. Now this smoke is a pretty common one as well. I will usually drop this smoke as well because it's one less angle. There's a lot of people who can post and have weird headshot angles from there and tap you through. If they got a vandal, they can tap you just by you barely being able to see them because their just little head is poking out. It's really good. And another thing too is as well as you can use your sucks as well to clear the pillar. So as you're making your way onto site, you let your teammates know, all right, I'm smoking site, and I'm pulling back pillar. And then as you come around this corner, you can spray through the smoke. It's going to pull out anybody who's behind the pillar and expose them, and you can kill them as well. And it's a really great way to clear the site out, as well as doing things like this, like dropping your suck beside this pillar here, and that pulls out any players who are playing behind generator as well. There's a bunch of different ways you can use it, and I highly recommend, if you're going to play Astra on here, as long as you're remembering at the very least to drop your smokes here and to drop your smokes here. Those are your key points. As long as you're smoking here and here, you are in a good spot to play Astra, and the rest is up to you in creativity wise. But the number one rule that I'm always going to hammer home to you guys, anybody who wants to master Astra and to take that galaxy cosmic brain to the next level, is not rely heavily on your utility. She is a interesting and versatile utility character, and that makes you think about using her utility all the time. But I want you to maybe think about it a little bit less. I want you to have your set plan in mind. Boom, I'm going to smoke here and I'm going to smoke here as we've moved our way up, and maybe I might drop a star here to clear. Oop, not up there. That's a little high. Maybe drop a star here to clear our immediate corner. So as we're pushing up, I can smoke, and drop a stun to clear out any players who would play close here for a cheap free kill. It's all about understanding and reacting to how your enemies play and understanding Astra. But as long as you've got your stars down and you're pushing and you have your gun out once you're actually on the move to clear the site, and you're relying on your gun only, and you're trusting your aim, and your stars are already down. Her stars are quick. You've seen how fast they are. When I place this star and I come around this corner, the animation and the gun readiness that you get for Astra's abilities are very good for clearing. It's just the caveat is the lack of sound, lack of mobility, and the stagnation and star readiness time. That is what complements her fast acting stars, is they know that it's there for a good period beforehand, but they have to choose to either stay and take the hit and lose the gamble and lose, or they have to just, on principle alone, without even using any utility, giving me the space. I haven't done anything. I've just dropped the star and I can pull it back, and a lot of people are just going to move from this location and push themselves back, and it lets me take my time and clear the map out a lot more effectively. Now, obviously, there's a lot more places you can run smokes. If you want to go for mid control, you can always drop your smokes on boiler. If you're going to go underneath kitchen, underneath tube through kitchen, you can drop your smokes there as well. And you can see, obviously, boom, it's a little dangerous. Astra smokes tend to be a little small. This is why, another reason why I tend to pick Omen more often. His smokes are larger. But dropping that smoke there and there lets you gain these spaces early, as well as a lot of people don't realize, is if you drop your smokes inside the tube here, not only is this a pseudo one-way, it smokes in the tube, creates the pressure inside kitchen, but while holding the bomb plant here, you hold this smoke, and there's no way that anyone's going to be able to do anything. It's free kills. That's another one way that you just gotta rely on and understand the power. As well as doing different things like using Astra's wall to block off kitchen. This is a great way to use Astra's wall. If you drop her wall like this, you can bring yourself around the corner and push yourself here and hold, waiting for enemies to push through, as well as being able to, if you do what I do and accidentally put it in, it actually gives you the ability to jiggle and fight on either end of the wall. Sometimes having a wall pushed back like this and the inaccuracy of it can leave you in a good spot for creating interesting workarounds and interesting interplay with the wall. So all I'm saying is that, yeah, like there are not Astra isn't necessarily the agent that most people choose to pick on this map, but if you're creative and intelligent enough, you can make Astra work in every single case and every single map. Even you can use her as a primary and single controller on Breeze, which I believe is going to be my next video. So stay looking forward to that soon, as I be bringing out the Breeze video next. How to run your smokes and how to play Astra on Breeze. Now, mind you, it's better to have a Viper with you on Breeze, but we'll get into that more later. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for joining the community. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment. Do you play Astra on Icebox? Do you want to play Astra on Icebox? I do. I want to play Astra all the time. She's my favorite agent. But it's up to you. Have a good one. Join in the community. Have a fantastic day, guys. I'm a little low on energy because I just got my second COVID shot. It got hit me like a truck, but we're feeling good. Have a good one, boys. See you tomorrow for VCS. This should be going live. This video will be going live later today. This is Saturday, and the video, we got VCS tomorrow. We'll be streaming that and playing that live tomorrow. Have a good one. See ya.